happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to A Stitch in Crime on a Friday night. PJs in crime, coffee and crime, all the stuff. Knitting and crime, crochet and crime and whatever else you are doing. How is everyone? I am so glad to be here with you guys tonight, and I'm not going sniff, sniff, which is nice also. And I see everybody starting to come in. Hey. We are going to be starting a new project tonight. If you would like to learn how to do a provisional knitted cast on, and you would like to make a parallelogram, then tonight's your night. Hello to Rosie. Hello to Joan from Diamond Ring Girl. I always just say Diamond Girl, but it's Diamond Ring Girl. Donna's here. She was early. I need everyone to know that because she's very shocked that she got here early. So, Donna. Sandy, I'm so glad you're feeling well and you are here tonight. I hope that we can have a little bit of fun tonight. Hello, Mary Webb. Crafty Annie. The whole neighborhood knows that she's crafty. Bree is here. It's a good thing, Bree. I think Chelsea was running a little bit late tonight, but I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad you got your package. So anybody who got their packages and you're happy with your packages, just say, hey. I'm so glad, even if you're not. Karen's here. Hey. Ooh, Alice. Look, Alice is here early too. Woo. We're going to have a good night. Gonna have a good night. Y'all know that one? Oh gosh. I promise you, all I had today is coffee. Hey, Sally. Glad you're here. Sally always makes things look like they taste good. See? Oh my gosh. Maribel. Did you know that I found some yarn? It's in my intro, and it's one of those colorways in that where I'm holding the yarn up in front of my face. One of those is Maribel from Encanto. Frozen's here. Yay. Oh, thank you. This is so you can see my lips move because my internet can be very slow. But thank you. I finally put some on. I saw that. I did give it a like. I meant to go back and say something, but I did give it a like. I've been putting likes on every one of them that I can get my hands on. Hi, Kathy. And y'all, I did a bit of shopping recently. Just wait till you see. You saw some of it already. I got a little more coming. Yeah, and it's not all yarn. There's a couple things, but I do have your yarn. What? Steve is here? Is Steve here? Where? Steve's got his package, but got no invoice because you're not looking, Steve. So the first one I sent to the wrong person, and then I sent you another invoice. So check your spam and check all the places and let me know. Send me an email. Just don't respond back to the emails that I sent you. Send me a fresh email and let me know what your email for your PayPal is. Okay? Maybe that's the issue too. But anyway, if it is, I've sent 2 other people invoices and they're going, what's that? Don't think I got that. Oh my gosh. Loving the lotion. It smells so good. Oh, don't they? They are so good. There's nothing like Bath and Body Works. Mm-mm. He likes it, Chels. That is good. I'm so glad you like what you got, Steve. Chelsea says she sealed up the boxes like I did, and I don't even know what's in them anymore. Hey, Lydia. Thank you. Thank you. So glad you're here. Hi. Glad you came in tonight. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Am I caught up? Is there anything else I need to say or anything I need to answer? Well, there you go. That's good, Annie. So I'm going to show you my hands. And then after I kind of get things going and show you how to do this, then we're going to talk about Sarah Boone and any other, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. It is moving fast. I'm like, Suzanne's hooked us here. Hey, Suzanne. Glad you're here. Awesome. Yeah, we got a full house tonight. Thanks you guys for being here. I'm so happy. All right, let me bring in my hands. Okay, good deal. I got the right one. So this is the yarn that I decided to use. This is James C. Brett Marble Chunky. It's 200 grams. It comes out of West Yorkshire in the UK. It is machine washable. It's acrylic. It says it's a chunky, but I'm going to treat it like a 4 or 5. So I don't feel like this is totally a 5. Okay. It, yes and no, but I'm going to say it's like a thick, like an Aran weight is what I would say. And I'm going to use a 10 millimeter or a 6. Okay. That's what I'm going to use. This color is MC45. My favorite James C. Brett MC45. I have been hoarding this and not wanting to use this, but tonight we're going to get after it. Now this one I'm going to set aside because I have one already caked up. It's the same exact one, MC45. And this is what it looks like when it's caked up. You have to restart your corny hat because the cat decided to vomit in your project bag. Well, goodness. The cat needed something soft to vomit on. Wow. I'm sorry, Annie. Whew. Oh, you just watched the diamond art. What did you think, Bree? Did you learn anything new? Thank you for watching. Well, yep, I'm really sorry that happened. Oh, Steve, you found it. Yay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Hey, Tammy. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Make yourself comfy. All right, so I have a couple things here I want to show you guys. We're going to do this before we get started on the other stuff. So I have my chai goos and my longer It's my longer needle, the 5-inch. And these have a hole on here. And what you do, I've talked about this before, that it's really nice to have the hole on your needles. Hey, Colleen. Happy Friday to you. Now you use your T-pin. And the T-pin goes in this hole. And you hold your T-pin, okay? And you go counterclockwise and give it a good little cinch. But the nice thing about having that hole is that you can put dental floss in there and you can run it through. You can just knit across a row and it will put a lifeline in for you. I talked about this before, but I haven't actually shown it to you, so I'm glad I got to show you. This little kit that I have here has the okay, why does this one not have, is that a Chai-Goo? Wow, that one, there it is. Okay, I just was missing it. I was trying to do it up here when it's back here on the cord. Okay, I just dropped it. But this little kit also had, that the Chai-Goos come with these here. So if you didn't know what these are stoppers. So you can take your you can take your needle off and you can screw this stopper right directly onto the cord after you use the dental floss to go across, and you can hold your work on this cord also. You could do it that way, and you can hold it, and then you have a lifeline and you have your work on hold. And you can do that, and you can go use these needles on another project. And then I have this other little gadget that I don't know if you guys know. Now this one is for the small. This won't work on these. But this one is for extending. You see that? You can actually take 2 cords. Like I said, this one's a small, but you could take 2 cords and you could put one on one end and one on the other end, and you can make a twice the length of a cord with it. And then the last thing I want to show you before I start, it's been a while since I've shown you anything and started anything, and that's why I thought we'd do that tonight. Now, because this is knitting and crime, y'all. I'm going to use a J hook, which is a 10, and it's also a 6 millimeter, the same as the needles, to put my stitches on the needle. Okay, so the same size. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. I took them out. I had this like little pouch, but I have this set and I don't use them very often. But it's a set of little rings and they're plastic. Can you see that says F? This one says, well, that's an orange one that says it has an INC, that means increase. This one says SSK, which is a slip knit. So they have different things on them. Now, if you look, I'm sure you can find them somewhere. This one says PTOG, which is purl to together. So we're going to make a parallelogram, which means the shape of it is going to look like this. It's going to be, let's see. All right, I've already got it wrong. Just a minute. Okay, that eraser works like crap. So it's going to be straight on the edges. Okay. And then it's going to come like this. And then like this. So you have a point that's leaning this way and a point that's leaning this way. They're opposite directions. Okay? That's a parallelogram. You saw a very cool cast off using the crochet hook. So very nice and easy. It can look nicer on the edges to use that. That is quite all right. This is brand new, honey, and I don't have a name for it yet. It's brand new. I just decided to do this tonight because it's going to be something I can easily just go back and forth with and back and forth. So we're going to cast on the stitches. And the only thing I can tell you is you really want to do this to make it easier in your brain and for everything to work out nicely. Is I would do this in even amounts. So I would cast on an even amount. So you're going to make your loop and put it on there. And then you're going to put your yarn that's coming off of your skein, your hank, or whatever. It's the brand new project. You're going to put that back here. And then you're going to come and you're going to, shoot. I haven't practiced this on camera, you guys. Let me practice for a minute. Serbs, you okay? What are you doing? He's making weird noises over there. Shoot, I've already forgotten how to do it. See, I'm flustered now. Okay, I'm going to take me off of camera for a second. I'll put my hands off the camera and play with it for a second, okay? Hi, Nancy. Come on in. Deep breath. I can do this. I can do this. I think actually I need to put the... Okay, have you guys been following the case with the Sarah Boone case? Have you guys been following it? Hi, Duke. What you doing, bud? Hi. I'm the wrong one to ask right now, bud. You're going to have to go ask Mr. Fiber. Yeah. I'm still working on it, you guys. Duke decided. Did you guys see Duke come in? My new friend. Yes, I've put my new friend. He is up here. I don't have a name for him yet. And then I have another new friend sitting right there. And then the other guy is hanging out back here. He's sitting on Mr. Fiber's truck that he brought me. I've got my square right there. My Santa's over there. What else was new? All the things, all my cute new stuff. You guys, I have totally screwed up because I probably have everything in all the wrong hands, which is my problem when I'm left-handed. You thought Bosca? Who's Bosca? Where would that come from? Or is that just the name that you thought of? Yes, she is certifiable. I would second that. I would second that. All right, let me pull this up on my phone real quick because I did save it. So I am actually going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to let you guys see this video. We're actually going to watch some things tonight, you guys. So if you would please bear with me. I'm going to bring the microphone a little bit closer. And hopefully you guys can hear this well enough, but I do have the closed captioning on. So this first video, we're going to watch a video, okay? And the first video is when the police arrive at the apartments. So if you don't know anything about this, yeah, she's a Floozie. Hey, Floozies. I've been meaning to keep saying that, but I forget. Okay. We're going to watch a little bit of this while I watch this other tutorial, and I'll come back. Okay. So let me bring in, we'll do that. Okay, here we go. I think it's quiet until she actually gets to the apartment. I thought I had it forwarded. Oh, maybe not. There we go. She's getting gloves and all that stuff. Steve would be happy. So this is the officer that shows up to interview her.
Did you call it? What time did you call it? Hello there. You live here? Okay, I'll talk to you. Gotta get some information from the fire department. The property manager. I don't know if I should go tell him really quick or so he knows what's going on. Where is he at? He's walking out here. Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you.
So that's Sarah there on the left. You can just see her over here on the left.
I had a cigarette, but get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay? I really need something to drink. Okay, well, I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter. Okay, we'll take care of you. 1 second.
She's got cotton mouth because she drank all night.
It's from on you. I put the time. You called it. That's the time you called it? Okay, perfect. Can't go back to that. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and I, we drank last night.
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me.
Oh, they're not even. Okay. No.
So they've been together 3.5 years is what she's saying.
Normally we all just, I just put it.
Yeah, you call it working.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
no problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You were putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take stuff off the wall.
Right, Sandy.
New art kind of there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking, had a bottle of wine last night. So then it's like, we just like to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase guys. I tried giving him the problem is I fell asleep. When did you do CPR? This morning. When I found it before you called. Yes. It's 1 o'clock right now. I tried.
Yes, you need to believe me.
I got up to bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. That's when I found him and I took him out and I tried doing CPR and then I called him and then I called you guys. Did he get here before the fire department got here? Who? Your husband? Okay. Where's he at?
Wow, I cried, but then I cut it off real quick, don't I?
I did, but then I fell asleep. Okay. Well, you're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, watch my face. Watch my face.
Aneurysm or a heart attack or what? Medical. None that I know of. None that I know of. No. All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine. Okay. Doing puzzle artwork.
These are adults, by the way.
That's all that happened. Okay. So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened. So how long were you doing CPR on campus prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning? Yes. Okay. And then I called him while I was in CPR. Did you start probably a ballpark? Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay? Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am so cutting out right now. Ma'am, and you can't talk to him until we get down the speaker, okay? Just don't leave, okay, Brian? Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I'm gonna
Thank you.
get Lucas.
I know. Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car. Give me 1 second. Just give us a second, okay?
Somebody else on that call a break and
It's on the counter. I can't move anything from out of the house. Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal with, right? I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you not on your feet because I don't want you passing out on me. I need some water. Okay, I'll get some for you.
You tried to try, but yawning.
I know. See, that's another thing I don't get.
No, I was down in like Monaco.
Okay. So kind of tell me how these came today, or
Well, I had been calling.
come down here so we can talk.
I've been calling.
Your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife.
Okay.
Been divorced about a year and a half. 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day. Her child.
Okay.
She's really not very good about always doing it.
They contacted if she was still there or if she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back in bed a lot.
finally got a hold of her at 12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came in.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Hi,
got over
Adele.
here, told her she needed to call 911 to get somebody over here.
Tonight's a little bit different. I'm not talking as much. We're watching this to get ready for the trial, you guys, because the trial's coming up.
Who called? Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming in. But I called her
1
initially.
second, okay?
I called her initially.
You
Yeah.
have water in your.
So part of the reason I'm doing this, you guys, just I'm going to break in and out just here and there, is because her trial is starting on July 24th. Okay. And I'm already seeing some early opinions. Oh. Glad to see you, Adele. Who else came in? Colleen, glad to see you. Do you guys buy it so far just by her demeanor? Can you guys give me an idea? With her demeanor and everything, doesn't she really look like she's trying to convince this gal when she shows up? It's just really hard to believe her. I'm not judging her straightly, directly, right off the bat because I don't know. I wasn't there. She's really hard to believe already. Okay. Now, I don't know. Oh, that's funny, Joan. Yeah. And I mean, they're adults. They're playing hide and seek, she says. They, they, well, she tries to be, or she appears to be, but then she shuts it off awfully fast. Now, after watching enough of these crimes and enough of the interviews and enough of the things, for me at least, that's usually a sign of not being genuinely upset. If you can stop so quickly, you know, that's what it feels like to me. But and that whole means you really need to look at my face and believe me, because I'm making this face, which means, it's a statement. Okay, now Donna says she thinks she did pass out and she did fall asleep. Have you watched some of the there is a video. We will watch that if you guys want to. We can stay here for quite a while depending on the weather. I don't have anything right now. However, there is a possibility of weather here in a little while. She does have a child with the ex-husband. Yeah, they're having a hard time getting any professionals. She seems aggravated. Yeah. Well, and she does say she did. She does admit that she put him in the suitcase. Okay. She put him in there. She zipped him up. It definitely is likely and is something that could happen. And I'm not saying it didn't. So we got to look at all the things, right? That's, you know. Oh, St. Angelo's got, well, be careful, Adele. Be careful. Okay, now, I'm not real coordinated with this, but let me show you where I am with the. So, yeah, I hadn't practiced it. You guys. Not an expert. So you start with it on the hook. All right, and the yarn. Now see, when all the videos I'm watching, the yarn is over here. So let's do that. We'll put the yarn over there. It's just hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to coordinate the yarn over there. But you reach over and you get the yarn and you bring the yarn through. Okay. And then the yarn goes between the two. And now you have one on there. Does that make sense? So the yarn is behind the needle back here. You reach over the needle and get the yarn, and then you pull the yarn through the hoop on the hook. And then you tighten it and you bring that yarn between the two and back again. Serbs is on the bone. I am going to get those. I am definitely going to get a sticker made. That's what that is. That picture you see where I put him in the intro on my videos, Serbs is on the bone. I'm going to be getting that sticker made too. Okay. However, let me just say quickly what the reason for doing a provisional cast on. You can do it with a piece of scrap. Oh, by the way, that's Duke. Duke is on the bone, y'all. Serbs is right here, and he's not chewing on anything. That's Duke over there. He's made himself at home tonight. If you use a different color yarn to cast on, and then you knit, you can go back and undo it. And when you do, then those others will be live stitches that you can then take those and say you can, like on the two ends, you could put the two ends together with a Kitchener stitch. They're live stitches. You want everybody to know you're a fabulous floozy, Annie? Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so obviously I need to practice that more before I actually get into it. So I will do that. But I am going to cast this on my own way. Okay, so let's watch a little bit more. I hope this isn't too chaotic for you guys. All right, we're going to watch a little bit more, and I'm going to cast on with the long tail cast on.
Car, by any chance. Nothing? Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, over here.
I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out she's going to be on Lucas. That's what she's everything's going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up, it was great. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming. And then I got over here after driving.
Did you go inside and see, and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I didn't know what was around it. So,
This is an apartment complex, and there's somebody's doing yard work out there.
It was because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make it to the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything. I don't know if that really matters.
Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. We'll sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues or? Okay, but you've met him before.
I've met him before, yes. Okay. They've got a whole bunch of history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you guys are
for the two of them?
Yeah, he's been around for like 5 countries.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with him. I haven't.
Take care, Rosie.
So they have
he's currently on parole because
of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, last time he got retrial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it a parole officer, stuff like that. I mean, every time she had one, the next day she was trying to get me on that.
Okay, now here Chelsea's asking, is that the neighbor? This is the ex-husband. He lives not far from the apartments. And after that morning, Sarah calls him. She says that she didn't know who else to call, so she called him. He came over, but he told her, he says, you need to call 911. And he's telling us that they have a history of domestic violence where he actually had a court date and was given classes, probably anger management or something. Um, he did have a history of drugs in the past, and obviously they drank, so there's that.
Most people want to come to the past. Okay, well, listen, please give me tight. I'll make some
Not a
phone
problem.
calls.
I mean,
Where's your kid needs to be picked up?
Lakefront Elementary,
How soon, though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock,
I
okay.
don't leave from the house.
Let me try and get this going for you. I know you need that. Martinez.
Now that beeping you hear that goes off is because they are recording, and that just is a thing that their recording device does, makes that noise. So they have joint custody. They have joint custody of their child.
Go ahead and start making the calls. Now, could you go ahead and give me his last name? Spell it for me. C-O-R-R-E-S. And his first name? George, J-O-R-G. J-O-R-G. J-O-R.
Hey TJ,
His birthday?
how are you? Happy Friday.
And this is the boyfriend. How long? 3.5 years. We've been together that whole time. And your last name? Boone. Spell it. B-O-O-N-E. First name? Sarah. C-A-R-A. Birthday? 10/10/77. So, had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine,
Putting us together, doing artwork.
puzzles, artwork.
Had a bottle of wine and then decided to play hide and seek. So he
What
gets,
time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like what, 12:30.
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep, forgetting that he was
So
in
you
the
guys were
suitcase.
playing the hide and go seek.
Yes.
And at some point you put him in.
So the child was with the father the night before and then went to school, and then she was supposed to go and pick the child up, which she says is another reason why she called her ex, because something had happened and she wanted to let him know that it had happened, because she was obviously not going to be able to pick up the child.
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it'd be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where
You got
it
in
is.
Right down there.
Yes.
You zipped him in there.
Yes.
Thought it would be funny a little bit.
It was. We both were laughing about it. And then I fell asleep
Where did you fall asleep at?
upstairs.
In your bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs.
This morning, or this
Around
afternoon, yes, when I got up.
ballpark, what time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that I, especially with him, don't do. Jobs,
Yeah, he did tell me.
life,
That's
all
what's
that
up.
good stuff. So I just
So
totally
you
forgot.
began to do CPR on him.
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what time
gurgled.
this morning did you
Gurgled.
start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon.
Yeah.
I was awake. And then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is. And I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase. And he wasn't moving. Nothing was happening. So I unzipped him, took him out and started doing CPR on him. He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once you got here, you called him.
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out and he was gurgling, but I could just tell by looking at him.
But you had to do CPR. You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Now, a body will gurgle when you put air in there. The fluids, that whatever fluids are there, will come out. So she says he was gurgling. That's a body response.
And then the person that was on the
friend with me also. I counted with him doing, and he's got no medical. He doesn't take any medication. I don't know. Like, I don't know medical wise. Like, what, I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol has anything to do with that, but we had a bottle of wine. Okay. All right. Here's, I'm going to sit back down because I don't want you to have one more sip of water. Yes. Okay. That personal 29 residential audible 1303 Island Bay Drive. I'll do what I can to get you a cup. I don't want you to have to keep doing that.
She starts drinking out of the water spigot outside the apartments because of her cotton mouth, because they'd been drinking.
The cups are like right there. Right here. Don't talk to the next country right now. I won't. Can I have a cigarette, please? Ma'am, I can't have anything out of the house. It's on the back porch. All of it. Secure, okay? I'll try my best to get you what you need, okay? Maybe one of these bedrooms has a pack from someone, sit down and I'll try and get you what you need, okay?
You cannot go back in the crime scene, darling. You just can't. Only authorized personnel, and nobody is equipped at the moment. I don't see anybody in booties. Let's see. I may try to go forward on some of this. Oh, looks like, oh, she's getting information, I think, from the, yeah. I'm going to try to, it's in Florida, Sandy. It happened in Florida. I don't remember. I want to say it's Pensacola. I believe it's Pensacola.
Okay. And then your first name?
Brian, B-R-I-A-N.
R-I-A-N. And your date of birth?
5/27/75.
And your child is in school right now. He's not here with you.
No. He's
Okay.
in school.
He's in school. How old is he?
This will be fun. He is not. He's third
I
grade.
can't even start with how you would explain something like this.
So the child is 9. He's in the 3rd grade. Well, that's a very good question, Colleen. But of course, when did she leave them there? Did she leave them there this morning after she had sobered up? It's a good question, though.
Okay. 6th grade, you think?
Third grade.
Oh, third grade. Third grade. Okay. All right. So sit tight for us. I'm sorry it's so hot. Maybe the middle of that would be a good spot to stand. So we'll take it from there. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Okay?
Now everybody's on a bone.
227 and 221 off the unit. Number 1012 and 1332.
Did we get that dog by any chance? So your backyard's not fenced. Okay. Because we put him in the backyard and I guess he knew to. Your dog. We thought the backyard was fenced.
The dogs are outside?
No. We have them contained.
One's deaf and one's blind.
Okay.
That's why I was making sure they were under the table.
Nope, that's yours. So we just
Okay, thank you, Karen.
instructions on what to
Winter
do next.
Park.
You got some water, good, okay. Not right now, we can't have you go and get anything. Why don't you sit in the shade? You're okay right there? Or maybe a little closer here where the shade is? thugs. And I said, well, I need to go to that.
She's 23 now, then, yeah, shit.
She's trying to get everybody on the incident report. Everybody who's been at the scene. This is a different officer in his camera.
It's natural. You're nervous. You have the anxiety. You're scared, right? It's okay. You don't have to.
I don't know how to.
I can tell you this. I'm going to be here just as long as you are. Including my... It's going to be a while. I'm welcoming this break right now. Alright? So just bear with us. Alright? Let me look at my computer, see.
I'm not sure what she was asking him there. I have not put earbuds on to see if I could figure out what she was saying. I've listened to it 2 or 3 times, and I still don't know what she was asking him.
We already got a detective on his way. He's on the screen. Okay. No, you're good. No, it's not my own.
Thank you to everyone who is watching and lurking. I appreciate your being here too, y'all.
Honey, that's my corporal. Let me pick it up.
This will be a little bit longer. This is the female detective. There's a female detective, and then if you saw him to the right there in blue, that's the male detective. And these are the two who are going to question her in the interview room. Yeah, they've got their sound is turned off here. Okay, now this is when they go up and they question her.
You're here. They're going to ask you a few questions and then go from there, okay? All right.
All right, sir. My name's Chelsea.
Just on the scene.
My partner Scott. It's my understanding you reside here.
Her name is Chelsea.
You okay. Your former husband. Okay. But you reside here with George, and then your son lives with you, or lives there's 50-50. Okay. So from what has told me, she explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine, and around midnight, you decided you guys decided to play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and then
Was your son home at the time, or okay?
no, fine. It was fine.
Okay.
Decided to play stupid like that. Like, we were putting puzzles together, we were doing artwork, singing the puzzles that we finished in there, and then the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek to get stupid.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it was funny. He was laughing about it too. To get the muck in there. I go upstairs and he goes,
weren't sure about if you woke up this morning
It was afternoon. I mean, I was
or
awake,
this afternoon.
but I just didn't want to come downstairs. So I
Okay.
just laid in the bed for a little while, and then I eventually came downstairs and forgot where he was, and then I was like, oh my god, he was at 6 days ago. So I pulled him out, and I stretched him out, and I started practicing CPR on him. I called you guys. Well, I called Ryan.
Okay.
And then as soon as he got here, which is 30 seconds down the road, I called you guys.
Okay.
And the person on the phone had me do the concussion. So you go and count what happened. And you guys shut up.
Okay. And so as a part of our investigation, we obviously have to go inside the house. We have to look at things. Are you okay with us going in the house and looking at things? Okay.
Okay, I'm actually going to stop it here. There's not a whole lot more after this. Let's go back. Let's go forward to here and see what happens. Because we still have the interview. Yeah, if they only shared one bottle. Yeah. It's possible. I don't know if they do. We won't find out till trial if they tested him. Hold on. Got the black screen of death. We'll let it reset itself. And let me bring in my hands. Oh, it reset itself. Okay. I'm going to bring in my hands and show you guys. I cast on 48. Okay. I cast on 48 stitches using long tail cast on. And I knit the first row. Now I'm going to do the pattern, and it's a 2-row repeat. Row 1, you're going to knit across to the last stitch, and you're going to knit front and back in the last stitch. And then row 2, you're going to knit across to the last 3 stitches, and you're going to knit 3 together. And that is the 2-row repeat for this. Yeah, it'll be good to see whatever. I'm sure they did. I haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I don't know if she was tested that day. I don't know. I am quite certain that he was tested for all the things, because that's just pretty well standard that they test for all the things. Okay, so this is going to be row 1, and row 1 is going to be the front. So I need to mark the front. From what I hear about other people who do this, they move their marker that marks the front, they move it up with their work so that they constantly see where the front is. Hey, cast iron skillet granny, good to see you. Well, she's awfully convinced that, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you do, because we see this time and time again, don't we? Where they don't. They don't wait for their attorney. And of course, on the scene, she may not feel like she's actually being interviewed, but this is all part of the interview. It is all part of it. Okay, so now I am going to knit across. And I'm going to put my marker here. I don't know if it's going to fit. Oh, it's not going to fit. But this is going to be my increase side. Oh, it's not going to slide. These are too small. Oh well. It was a great idea. They make bigger ones. Okay, Sandy. Hoping for good reports and that things go well and you get a great plan moving forward on what to do. Yeah. Oh, put them on it. Well, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll let you guys watch this real quick while I do that. Let me find some.
They're coming out now. I'll get you somebody, okay? She wants to say something.
So that we will not know if it's that because we're not. So what's that? Office, and they'll have what's called an autopsy. Yeah. So first thing tomorrow morning, I'll know a lot. Hopefully a lot more tomorrow morning as far as him. But I cannot. There's no way I can say how, why. So just by looking at him, like, why is he purple? So that's normal when someone's passing away. But then it makes me concerned.
Can't hear what he's saying. Sorry, guys.
I'm really scared. I'm scared. Run. But like, I don't like this was totally like not intentional. Like that's what I'm scared about too. Like protocol that I know of. I know. I don't know what his. I don't know what it is. I just really want to fight that. I really need to fight that. I mean, I know I can't go anywhere, but right. So do I just like sit out here and wait for you guys? Somebody else having to show up or like here? Here. My team's here. That needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet. So they're gonna.
She also tells them, and maybe I went too far, but she also tells them that she's afraid of his family. That his family has a name for her, and I can't remember if that the White Witch or something like that, and that she's worried that they're going to come after her. She does talk about that too. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. That's interesting. Interesting observation, Colleen. She does say, you know, she wants to know what happened. She wants to know what happened.
So like I said, I gotta go do some paperwork. They're gonna chat with some people, and then we're gonna come back and talk to you if you're okay with that. So just give us a little bit more time. Like I said, do that. So, you guys tell his family like today or after tomorrow? Have to. So, once our investigation is pretty much complete here, once we leave here, we will be going. But how? I mean, I understand what you guys how you do it. You know, so, but like, what do you tell them? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason as to why? That we're gonna be waiting for the autopsy results. I will get the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think is seen. Yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what what we're investigating, and that we're still. They're gonna think I killed him. They always have said that. They've always said that. I told you because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon.
Blue-eyed white dragon. That's it.
So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to go there and see his family.
Rest of this is really hard to hear. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at with it. What is that? The UGO card? Blue-eyed white dragon, the UGO card. What is the UGO card? I don't understand. She wants to know what they're going to tell his family because she's worried. She thinks they're going to come after her.
His parents.
Yep. So you see a little bit more of that now. And the part that gets me too, after watching a lot of these criminals, um, I'm sorry, I'm not prejudging, but after watching a lot of cases and the interrogation of them, I watch a lot of the interviews. That's interesting to me because sometimes, and they say this, they say you can make or break a case sometimes on that confession and how, whether it was gotten legally or whether it was coerced. And there's so many things about those interrogations that are very, very interesting to me. And I would like to watch it next. So I hope you guys can stick with me and watch it. Okay. And that is true, Laura. And I am fully aware of that because I myself have a touch of that. So yes, I and that's what I'm wondering. And that's why I said that in on my thumbnail. If you saw that, was it PTSD? Because she does talk about this at the scene. She doesn't make it a thing. That's also something that we see in the case of domestic violence, is that they don't they don't usually make it a scene. And then later on we find out more about the relationship, just like with Petito. She didn't make it a thing. She didn't even make it a thing when the police were right there that she could have told them. That's part of it, okay? So yes, they do react differently. So we have to, that's why I put that in there. Is it that? Or is it, and it's going to be, what does the evidence tell them? And what Castor and Granny is saying is very much where I'm at with this. Even if it is the PTSD, even if they were drinking, even if they were just playing around, he had to have gotten in this. She could have shoved him in the suitcase. No matter how drunk a guy is, he ain't gonna let you shove him in a suitcase unless he is asleep or completely out when it happens. And he's probably gonna wake up fighting. So I can't see that he didn't get into the suitcase. But how much of that was her taking her opportunity to really give it back to him if she was abused by him? And this is all going to come out in court, and we'll get to find out more evidence that, you know, I know it. See, that's another thing. How are they constantly nice? When we had Stephen Keogh on here, that was something that I meant to ask him and didn't. And he's an invest. If you haven't seen that interview, it was on our book night, and he was an investigator at Scotland Yard, and he wrote the first book that we covered. Um, it's this book that we did for book club, and we asked him a lot of questions, and I totally forgot to ask him, how do you be nice to these people, and then how is it that you're able to be mean to these people? Because mean in a way of being more harsh with them in order to get what you need from them, in order to get them, those two things have to be difficult to do, I would think, for investigators. I think that is the truth. I think that is the case, and that she could totally say that, it was a total accident. I think it is. And I was thinking that same thing because we started the very first book when I went to my dad's in August of last year. And so we're getting very close, Joan. Yes, I admire what they can do by being nice about things. Um, they have a lot of tactics. And like somebody said, where's the lawyer? Okay, trying to think what I was going to do next here. So this is the interrogation. Are you guys ready for that? Hey, Shad. Glad you're here. Hey. Yeah, it's kind of strange to me too. Yeah, I was going to see if I could find that. I did not. Give me a sec. if we don't do anything else, I would, because a lot of people are going to probably want to leave here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and see if we can play that. All right, this is the video that was taken, that was pulled from Sarah's phone. So she took a video of him while he was in the suitcase. Okay? So let's watch that. I guess I got rid of my screen. There we go. This is only a 2-minute video, you guys. Here we go. And I'm sorry I can't turn it up any louder.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah, that's when you do it. You choke me.
He says, I can't breathe. And she says, that's what you do when you choke me.
That's on you. It's on you. Real or ransom. Might want to give me hope for it extra. Gonna get this. Real or ransom. Oh. That's what I feel like when you jingle me. Fuck you! You should probably shut the fuck up. Shh.
Okay. How do you feel after watching that? Just wondering your thoughts. I need some actual thoughts. What you guys think on that one? I feel like it gives you a different perspective, does it not? I can hear how drunk she is. I can hear her voice. I can hear how drunk she is. And if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and say, okay, well, what was their life? This is just the way that they were. They would drink and they would talk to each other like shit. They would blah, blah, blah. You have to give some credit to that was maybe the way that they spoke to each other. I could hear him saying, Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Sarah, hey, Sarah, I can't breathe. And the suitcase was moving. It was also not on, like, the side that has the handle in it. I couldn't tell whether that was one of those kind of suitcases. But the back of the suitcase was up and the front of the suitcase was down. And And I know when they interrogate her here in a minute, you will hear that she said that she flipped him over. So here's the thing. I'm not a lawyer, but I watch a lot of crime. So just based on the things that I hear, watching trials and different things like that, there are different things that she could get charged for. And I haven't actually heard, they've had some pretrial hearings and things, but I haven't actually heard what she was charged with. And so is it intentional or is it negligent? There is such a thing as a negligent homicide, meaning somebody died because you neglected to help them. That kind of thing is the most simple way to say that. There's a lot of different kinds. Hi, Kat. Glad you're here. Yeah, I wondered that myself. I wondered if there was like a safety thing. Okay. Yeah, I wondered that very same thing. It's strange, isn't it? And I'm thinking that's going to come up also. No problem, Kat. I don't think she convinced him. I think they were like drunk and like, oh, try this. Here, hold my beer. Stranger things have happened. I wonder if she just wanted to scare him into, because she found an opportunity. And his was impaired. Yeah. He was easily talked into it. Uh-huh. Good comments, you guys. See, this is why I wanted to do it this way tonight. I don't have the answers, none of us does, but I mean, we can kind of talk through it. You guys want to watch part of this interview now? Well, that's another, depending on how he was in there. Oh, right. Right. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Can you imagine? Hope they find somebody skinny to do it. Now this was not a horribly tall guy and not a horribly large guy either. This is a guy who was a little on the lanky side, if you know what I mean. Kind of lanky. All right. So he obviously was able to fit inside there. So he could not have been, he wasn't chunky like me. Yeah, and the knee thing, right? Yeah, uh-huh. And I think they were in their, gosh, don't get me to lying how old they were. I want to say these people are in their 20s, but don't get me to lying about that. I'll have to find out. Okay. She's reading her rights. And by the way, this is the next day. I believe that this was the next day after it happened.
So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So 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 he's got scratch marks to his back. I know what that's about. Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then
Thank you. Thank you for that.
bruising. Someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We can see his mouth was a little. I haven't laid a hand on him. Okay. Also too, he fell off my son's bike. Okay. So I don't know, and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall train. So okay. What about the scratches?
Okay,
There's
Chels.
also sex. Yes. Okay. There's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across. I have no idea what that's about. And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was. In all honesty, we have not gotten into it. Okay. That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were gonna ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back. Mm-hmm. Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over.
So she's saying that they had sex and she scratched his back during sex, but that was what the marks on his back were. But she can't explain the marks that he had the night of. And he also has contusions on his shoulder. And she does say that she flipped that over. And I'm wondering if he got that contusion, like she hit something inside the suitcase with his shoulder inside the suitcase.
Now, too, so your son was there when? When was he last there? Oh gosh. My understanding he was there like last Tuesday. I don't know if it was Tuesday. But yes, he was there last week, so. Well, we're talking about Sunday. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period. So you're talking about day before yesterday? Sunday leading into Monday.
There is that.
You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior. Correct. So we're talking about Sunday. And it's why I'm thoroughly confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes and then decided to go inside and literally paint 2 puzzles and play and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody. He also had, like on the left side of his forehead.
Thank you, Bree.
Basically bruising. And on like his head and skull. I have no idea. As if something hit him. I consider not touched him. I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those injuries?
Tony will both know. I have not touched him. Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails? No. Okay. Are you willing to let us absolutely swab underneath your fingernails? Go for it. Okay. I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day. It was a good day.
That's a good question, Mary, and no. According to her, when she realized that he was still in the suitcase, when she came downstairs or whatever, she took him out of the suitcase and she tried to do CPR on him. And she also did it on the phone with 911 after she called them.
Had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from. Yeah, I don't even know. The last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? What you said that was a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, there has the last incident that you can remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago. So,
Give or take.
right. So what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
He gets belligerently drunk. Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken. And at one point, I started documenting everything.
okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know, Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards and then attend to it. And it took me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's,
Why are you still living?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this,
I really love him. Like, I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like, I feel like I could help him, which I did because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him because I have a bad hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things and I think he gets overwhelmed and then it's like.
Not real
next thing
tears.
you know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. Or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I had to wake up the next day and do things. I had to tend to Lucas. I had to take him to school. I had all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke come out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job.
Hey, Lori.
And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzle and the bank to try to get him off of it so he don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Or most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
So, what she's saying about the art and she's talking about all that stuff, that she's trying to distract him from his issues. That they were doing all that stuff to distract him from what was going on and that he had issues so that they don't get into it. And that's kind of where she's going with that. So, yeah. You working on your Starry Night? I need to be working on mine. I just can't work on it up here on my desk. It's just too much. Too big. I know. I really think it's going to be negligent homicide. I think that's what they call it, but I don't know about Florida and I don't know their laws. And the laws are different in all of the states. Yeah, using the X as an excuse. hmm She's and if you look at it this way, she's also kind of trying to say, well, look how good I am. I do all these things. I can't be guilty. I do all these things. I'm a good person. Look at what I'm doing for him.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously have the bottle, but but you told me on but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. I've never won. I do not want to get drunk.
Well, you did.
I don't like being non-complementous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. So,
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it...
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures. Him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy, kind of thing.
Okay, this is where they.
I can't. I mean, I can get like.
This is where they didn't do the best job, as in my opinion, that they could have refocused a little bit. They're letting her, in some cases, in my opinion, they're letting her go off on a tangent just a little bit too much. And I know that part of it is they try to let them say things that they may not have said if they hadn't let them go on. But, we could be here all day.
Maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over. And then that you had wine. Well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like,
Sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time, what happens is because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it. So what he'll do is he'll go by Publix, and then on the way back catch the convenience store. So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did because the next thing I know, he's walking in with Bob. So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I have to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
So, where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So,
yes, you were.
I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down. And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk.
They had that bougie wine, Lori.
Which was fine, because, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay,
about movies that were out or upcoming.
So on your laptop, you're doing about
And I mean, and then it was.
So you said it was a good day. Like you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole. Like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that.
So that was it. That was a little tidbit that if she had not let her go on, she might not have gotten. She was saying that they listened to music on her computer. They will be able to find that out. They will be able to corroborate that by looking at whatever the data shows on the computer.
He actually listened to what I had to say with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through because
Talking about the money, jobs, stress.
Yes.
Nothing relationship wise though. Like no issues. Like did you guys have a conversation about your relationship or was it just about
Just
like
what's
stress?
going on right now.
Got it.
I try to soak it from him so he gets it off his chest because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he's learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like I have almost everything. Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you. But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we could do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room.
Okay. So
And
what
we start
happened?
talking because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here. It is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I missed him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now, and I'm still trying to help him.
Well, we're going to go with that.
yeah. We just don't I mean it's
Let me elaborate.
unexplainable how he got these injuries and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them.
Okay. It's the God move. Just saying. Bring in the deity. If I don't think that you believe me, I have to bring a deity. I have to bring somebody who is higher than me for you to realize that I'm telling the truth. It's pretty common.
Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
You had mentioned that you would take sodas.
She was saying that she fell asleep the night before she comes in. The night after it happened, she said she didn't sleep.
Videos, just kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, she was documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail. But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions to you to talk about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally.
Oh, God, help us. Sorry.
42-minute phone call. She and I just say
Sorry, y'all.
how grateful she is that George
That's why
how
that
hard
the
I'm working to help.
see this is why she liked the probation officer. She was another girl, and she told her what a great job she was doing. Because it's her job, you guys. It's her job. She's trying to encourage her to keep doing it. She may have seen some really good things going on with him. Just saying.
Yeah, just as she is, and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what VIP stands for, minors intervention program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it, and would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class. And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed.
Woman's planning. Yep.
Even though he's done all these things to you. And when I tell you I love him, I love him.
When you love somebody, you have others.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors don't tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, and they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see it on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
Like Russell went down and they
I know.
the next day.
I know. What's on your laptop? What's I going to tell you?
That is very classic.
Oh, previous.
That is very classic abuse type behavior. Abuse, and then it, and and she's a very complex case when you think about it, you guys, because she has this, I don't want to call it a God complex, but she has this complex of some sorts where she thinks that she is saving this guy and she's doing all these things, and then at the same time she's also been abused. So it's very complex, and it's really hard to just look at it from one direction. You know, you can't. That's why I said, is it PTSD, or did she mean to do it? That's where we're really at. How do we figure how do we get through this? There's a lot to get through to figure it out. I don't know how they're going to come up in the end. I really don't.
I actually looked up how to file a restraining order. Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take it back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and started throwing all his crap and just throwing it. Like the car would jostle and just throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go. They got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But you're staying here at their place.
Because they didn't like her.
You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is, he pursues me. So, I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike, and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, you can do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him.
Okay, so Munchausen by proxy, a little bit how mothers will take their children in all the time to get the attention. So you think that for her it is a little bit of the she's thriving on the attention she gets from the abuse itself and saving him and all of those things. Yeah, That's kind of where I was headed with that. I don't know if I would give it that diagnosis, but that's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's some of its personality. Also, I'm saying there's a personality in her that I don't like her either. Okay, this is not someone I would have been friends with. I don't really like her. Okay, but beyond that, beyond whether I like her or not, I'm not looking at it and making her guilty because I don't like her. It's just interesting. That's why we're here, right? Because it's interesting. I don't like that someone died. I never liked that happened. But it's very interesting when you're looking at the human nature and why people do the things they do. Oh, you're using your multiplacer. Go, girl, go. Uh, yeah, it takes some time getting used to. I really like mine now, and I go both ways. Sometimes I do a multiplacer, and sometimes I just do the single. It is similar. It is. Um, okay, somebody said something else back here. I don't see it. They are going to get into the video with her, and I really, if we can at least get through that, you guys, I will try when this goes live to post the links to these videos for you. But I would like you to see where her reaction to the video when they play it for her, because right now they have not revealed to her that they have seen this video.
I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. But when what does he say? Every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner. And then crawl in the bed and watch a movie. You're talking about this is like recent? I don't know, you kind of like lost me. Like, what are you talking about?
Because you let her go on and on.
Now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately or? Okay, no. My thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds
Really?
for their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she's like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like the recent, but which is why he doesn't even bother calling anymore because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday?
Right.
To Monday? Like, no, I'm just saying like previously why the incidents would happen is she plays a big part of it. Okay. On top of job. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now she's saying that the ex-wife, she's bringing the ex-wife into why that he had such bad behavior. I'm going to show you guys what this is looking like real quick, okay? Hold on. We'll go back. I just want to show you. Okay. I'm getting the boomerang effect. Not boomerang. The parallelogram effect here. It's going to be hard to show. But you can see this is the right side where it is pointing out here. Okay. And then we go down to the bottom, and you can see that it's pointing out that way. So this side's going that way, and this side is going that way. And what I did was I marked the right side. That's what this is. And then I did what Joan said, put that on one of those light bulbs. And the side that's the increase side, I put down there, and the decrease side, I put it on this side. And that way they're on those ends, and I always know which end is which. So I'm liking this. And this is the, so this is the width that it is going to be. Okay, this is the width it's going to be. Let me get my measurer. Where's my measurer? Oh, okay. Whoever said it, it worked. Okay, I've got, it's like about, it's about 13 across. A little more than 12 inches across. A little more than a foot. With those 48 stitches on a 6mm. Thank you. Yeah, bring in the neighbors too. They may have guilt. Yeah, whoever it takes. Whoever it takes. Okay, now I'm going to go back to it. Hold on. And I need to run and grab my medicine, okay? Oh, good. Chelsea's back. She can keep an eye on things too. It's kind of a zigzag, yes. It zigs one direction and zags back the other. Yeah.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time he went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish. And then
you just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that hadn't come inside. So we.
What time do you remember what time that was?
You went up to bed around midnight, fell asleep around 12:30ish. Those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play, I think, yeah. Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we were out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then,
talking about from hanging out outside and like,
well, we had 2 chairs that are out there, right? Just enjoy the weather. Plus, it started to get dark and add to mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So, let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore. All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Started at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe. Gosh, that puzzle went on for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish.
is when you went to hide upstairs originally.
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay.
Now they're trying to get a better timeline.
Okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off. That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then he did come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship? When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because.
Why do you say it like that?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase.
I mean, we were
Hey,
hide and
Laura.
seek, which is a game. So
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know that you guys might
Oh.
our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out.
Y'all, that's distancing. Just saying that you put that suitcase all the way in the back of the closet. That is distancing ourselves from that suitcase.
Bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations, and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
no, I'm just asking. In the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, I understand. You know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. I think he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is, in the past, like, is this something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last day running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So,
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
Oh, she's trying to figure out what they're talking about.
Picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's your phone. Okay. How does he have access?
Sarah, can I buy your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how did he get it to it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me. I'll just do the basement. Where sometimes too, like, but
I have all the control, don't I?
He'll hold it while I'm cooking or something to the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition. No, he's the only other person that would use your phone, I'm assuming, other than
Lucas.
right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and the dogs, and George and them dancing, but I mean.
Thank you, Shad.
It's just Tess.
Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found. And it was from your phone.
Here it comes. Okay, hold on. I just want to show this real quick. They're talking about diamond painting. This end is a single placement. You put one diamond in it. This one is a multi-placer. And with this multi-placer, and they make them wider, but with this one I can get 3 diamonds on the end of it to put on the canvas. And what people are talking about is I do have a second channel. It's called Shiny She Shed, and I do diamond painting over there on that channel.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's not that.
Oh. Okay.
Getting kind of quiet, isn't she?
Battery doesn't last very long. Okay. Let me just grab some flowers.
I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done something before. You looked kind of shocked.
No,
Okay, but why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am. Where
Uh-huh. I'm so good.
I tell it everything. I would not do that.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for us to get out. And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
No, it was just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
All right.
We just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish you had been more prepared. The shock value is kind of gone when all this happens.
Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
Oh, good God. Sorry.
I don't know how much I can take.
Try to hold my opinions for later. We do have some weather coming in, you guys. I will do probably another 30 minutes or so.
I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it. That's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long.
2 minutes. For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's you. Your voice. Excuse me. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you delete check me.
I don't want to watch it.
Last time we talked to you, you said that you put him in the suitcase, you had two fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos, and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions, and him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down.
Okay, now I don't remember seeing that before or hearing that before. Now they are saying I'm gonna push this back just a little bit because I wish this guy would say more, but he's just really kind of lame in this thing. Just saying, I wish he had done more. But he's saying that there are pictures of where she flipped the suitcase over, up and down, and there's more video than that 2-minute one.
Yeah, that's when you delete check me.
I don't want to watch it.
Last time we talked to you, you said that you put him in the suitcase, you had two fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos, and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions, and him saying that he can't breathe, and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal,
Yes.
like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way,
Huh.
closer to your dining room table.
Guess they haven't released that
He's
one.
obviously still in there. So he didn't. How did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out. Because there's the end.
don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a no.
It's not malicious.
Oh, really? You gotta throw the words in there.
It's not malicious.
And what is that?
What does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
like he
partner,
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
but you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows.
That's why I told you.
And I see his fingers.
He'll be up here any minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
He's telling
And I didn't wake up.
Do you think he's joking? You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
We first got
laughing.
in there. Both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to recording this? No. So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
you're the only one laughing.
But I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before, too, where it's just, like, he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like, I don't
He's never been locked in a suitcase, that's how he couldn't get out. So,
Exactly.
I thought it was
And
a
you
boy
know the oxygen.
crying wolf kind of thing. And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't. I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and just because you're drunk doesn't mean that you.
Times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you. You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where y'all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out what
We're trying to
you're saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
Now, see, he was making some headway with her there. Okay, so let's go back to this this zipper thing because it's a real thing to talk about here, right? Okay, let's talk about the zipper. She's trying to say that she left him enough room that he could put his finger between, like, okay, the zippers come together, and she's saying there was a hole there where he could take his finger and he could let himself out. He could get unzipped. Yeah. And okay, so did he try to unzip it and then? No, because he wouldn't have had the zip part. He doesn't have the tabs. The tabs are on the outside. And to me, when you're reaching from the inside of something, you'd have to bring your finger out and you'd have to pull, right? You'd have to pull. You have to be able to get your whole finger out to pull and do those things. And he doesn't have those tabs. Could he get his finger? And this may be too. They may say he tried to do that. So, put his finger like along that and try to pull it with his finger to get it open. Maybe they'll be able to prove he tried to do that. And then you were saying too about the scratches. Maybe he scratched himself trying to get in a position where he could get his, maybe he couldn't get his hand up to the zipper. So, there's a lot of different things it could be. And I do think that is going to be, it's going to be talked about during trial. They're just trying to get her reactions and get her answer to these questions. I think they could have hit her harder. I do. Oh, well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. So even if it had an opening, he probably couldn't move to unzip it. He doesn't have a lot of room. Right. Right. That's kind of what I'm saying too. Now, there are some that would zip real easily. If you could get a finger in there, you could there are some that would, right? So as she's getting angry, she becomes victimized by the detectives. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. And I know, you guys, my air conditioner makes things rattle over here. I don't know if you can hear that on the deal. Drives me nuts. Everything just sort of settles down when I turn the air conditioner off. I'll let it sit for a little bit. Sometimes when it gets going, it starts, it really gets wound up. So when I turn it off and let it just kind of, okay, everybody relax. And then here in a little while, when I turn it back on, it won't sound that bad. And it's just this one. The other air conditioner, it doesn't make all those noises. Never has. These are the same air conditioners that have been in this building for years. I had them in the same spots when it was the beauty shop. Yeah, see, I'm starting to, that's what I was saying. There's a definite change in her when he hits her harder. Right? It does sound like revenge, and revenge is motive. He was doing what he could to help himself. All of these sound like he was trying to get out because she was nowhere around. She said she went upstairs. Well, she went upstairs. She can't hear him anymore. Maybe that was the point of going upstairs. I know, right? I'm sorry to say, we have had a lot in the news about suitcases recently. A lot. It's like Adam in the duffel bag. You put Harmony in a duffel bag. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with that. There's just been, we could have a list. We could go on for hours about these cases with the suitcases. It has been unbelievable lately with the suitcases. What's with the suitcases? And also why she kept saying she's such a good person. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Laura, that is an excellent point. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to call the cops on you. Then I'm going to rescue you. Is that what you're saying? Because that's kind of what I'm hearing there. Wow, that's very narcissistic if that's the case. Yes, Chelsea. Well, that's what happened to her after. So okay, you guys want to, I don't want to really go into all that. We've already here for a while. Let me check my radar real quick, okay? Nisi was warning me. She said, that this weather was going to come for me. And I said, I don't think it's going to get to me because it's more west of me. However, I had to take a meclizine because I am feeling this pressure. Hold on. Let's see how close it is. Wow. It's close. But it looks like it's still, well, part of it's going to go. We're going to kind of in between them. The first one is going to go kind of south of us. And then there's more, no tornadoes or anything, but just thunderstorms. Let's see about the other one. The other one might get here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much when it does, and that's not till later. But that's probably why I had to go take a meclizine, because I'm getting vertigo kind of stuff. And I didn't sleep really great. I had like 3 hours sleep last night. I think that's the other part of it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Wow. Wow. Okay, what book? Oh, that's nice, Annie. I don't know what book y'all are talking about, though. I know. I need to go to bed here pretty soon. Really? See, I'm not very up on that. Turning the air conditioner back on. See, and now it's not thundering like it was. The one about profiling. Ah, okay. So the article about harmony, let me just touch on that real quickly. We may have to finish this another night, okay? I believe that it was what do they call that paper? It's not the indictment. The discovery, I believe. The discovery papers, and it was a lot, but it got released. And in the discovery, it tells what his girlfriend, the girlfriend, not stepmom, because they were not married, that she tells more, there's more details about what she told authorities, okay? And according to what happened to Harmony was that, and this is the Montgomery, Harmony Montgomery, Adam Montgomery and Harmony Montgomery. If you're not aware of that case. So what she says happened is that they were living in their car. So it happened before they moved into that apartment. The apartment where they went in and they looked in the walls and they did all that stuff. They were living in the car, and Harmony would have accidents because for whatever reason, and he would get mad at her for having accidents, and he turned around, fully turned around and pummeled her with his fists. And he hit her so hard and so many times that he killed her. And they did not get any medical help for her or anything. And he put her in a suit, in a duffel bag, and he put her in the trunk, and they took her body everywhere with them. And then he finally went somewhere. I think it was when they were living in that apartment, and At one point, he put her even in the ceiling. And he took her down and he did things to her, and she watched, and she even helped zip up things and do things. And then he took he rented something to have a witness talking about what he rented, and he took it and he went and he took her somewhere. They have not found her. It's horrific what he did to that child. And it's so sad. It's just so sad. So, this is what I was referring to the last time we met, and I said that they had him on charges for weapons charges and stuff, and that there would be more come out as a result of those charges, and as a result of getting him in court, and a result of all of the witnesses and all of the things that came about, that stuff was going to come out, and that they would finally be able to get him for it. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. So thankfully, they did it right. We don't know what went on, but they did it right. So yeah, I'm sure he's been covering this case for a while. So I'm sure you did. I honestly have not watched him in a long time. I have my own reasons, but yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what other people are doing, honestly, because I have not watched some of that. I'm getting my crime stuff that I watch and I do and stuff, and I take my own time with it, to where when it gets to be too much for me, then I step back, and it's easier for me to do that if I'm not trying to support other people and watch those other people. Also, it's kind of a thing, you know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to call it a night tonight, and we can pick up the rest of this next week if you would like. I appreciate you guys being here with me. It was really good to get your insight, listening to this and watching and hearing and talking to you and getting the comments. And I really enjoyed doing it this way, to see what you guys think. Get your thoughts. I'm going to go get some sleep, hopefully. Okay, you guys, I love y'all. I hope to see you Sunday. Might see you tomorrow with some video. I'm supposed to meet Nisi tomorrow. Just saying. I don't know what that's going to be like, but I do have to get some rest before then, so I can go and meet up with her. So, and if you don't know Nisi, I am talking about Freehandly Made AU. So, yeah, that's tomorrow. She made it safely. So, okay, you guys. Yes, you guys take care. Also, hugs to all of you. I love y'all. Try to have some fun in your day, and we won't ever really figure out why people are so nasty to each other, but we can kind of see the patterns, and the patterns to help you kind of work your way through some of this. You know what I mean? So what we want is the justice, that if someone is really, truly guilty, then they need to see justice. And if they're not, then we will know that too. And they, again, get the justice. And then somebody else can be held responsible. So it's all a part of the system and how it works. I know. Well, I think she's been here before. So anyway, okay. Love y'all. See you later. I'm going to go now. Bye, everyone. Thank you.